Hi guys, it's Sonelias and welcome back to Hearts of Iron number 4. We're going to carry on playing here as Germany, so bear with me whilst we're loading. Alright, the game has loaded. Let's just have a quick look around. So as you'll see, we basically got pretty high numbers in terms of air experience. I can of course utilize that quite nicely. So if I actually look at my recruitment here, as you can see I got the Focke-Wulf 190A at the moment that I'm actually building. I'm building 4.16 per day. I can of course improve upon the design itself. So I can of course work on the range, I can of course work on the engine. Various different aspects. The weapons can of course also be improved. Now I do see that my reliability drops because of that, and I don't want that to drop. And again, I can of course make these far better, like you see me doing here. So yes, let's work on this design as being the B design. What does this do? Now the air attack is increased, the maximum speed is increased, the range is increased. Whilst I think I'm actually retaining the reliability at its similar level. So yeah, a little bit less than 10%. I'd say maybe 8% increase in air attack. Maximum speed is increased by a little bit. I cannot see exactly how much, but it is a little bit of an increase. So yeah, all of that would help. And we basically see that the range is increased by a little bit less than 10%, which of course, again, is welcome. And where we stood at 4.16, we're now dropped down to 3.74. Yeah, okay, happens, is acceptable, I would say. We of course are, where are we standing in terms of our research? Let me just have a quick look here. In terms of airplanes, I'm actually also working of course on my Kanonenvögel. Is that Kanonenvögel? It's basically like a cannon bird. Then of course after that we've got the TA 152. I don't think I actually need to make any changes to that, but what I do want to do, I want to make of course some changes here. And that of course is to this design here. Now where is that? That should be the A design. It doesn't actually show on there, but that should be the design type A. I'm just going to increase the attack rating, the engine here. The reliability should be at a good number. And maybe I can push that range up a little bit as well. So the air attack, the ground attack, all of those go up, but as you can see, that is taken it one level too far. So maybe the maximum speed, I don't necessarily need to work on the maximum speed. This seems to be workable, 165. Reliability is unfortunately dropping with that, which I cannot really afford. So I'm actually going to do just the, I guess is that the reliability and the attack that I'm increasing, which makes this more affordable, and that basically brings it up to the design type B. Okay, so we're basically pushing it up. 105 is the production on there. We basically need more in terms of upgrades. In terms of the fighters, we need a lot more in terms of reinforcements. And we should already see that basically we've got 25 factories dedicated to that. Lots of aluminum is needed for that, as you can see. Where do we stand in terms of this? We're currently working on Iran and Iraq in terms of the decoding. And that should be fine for now. Now we do have, of course, the code for, or the cipher for the Soviet Union, I probably should say. We got naval battle results here from us fighting Japan or Japanese units. So that's fine. We are still working, of course, here on improving the standing of the fascist party. Now, and currently they are led by a non-aligned party, it looks like. Next election is in 1942. Okay, yeah, okay, not quite exactly what I was hoping for, but that's fine. Could I do any diplomacy with them? I can, of course, as you see, negotiate licenses and so forth. But I do have a heck of a lot of stuff available here. I could, of course, work on improving the worker conditions. I don't really want to do that because that makes me lose some production here. I can get an extra building slot here in... What state is that? Montania. Okay, I don't want to do that at the moment. This one I most definitely do not want to do because that's making me lose stability as well as war support. I can basically dismantle the Maginot line, etc., etc. Again, not something I want to do at this point. I can hopefully shortly declare the Greater Reich. But one of the things I can already do, as you can see, I can already basically declare the Reichskommissariat for the Ukraine. Because luckily I control all the irrelevant bits here. That would be beneficial, wouldn't it? No, that's fine. Just took a second. So that's perfectly fine. A Reichskommissariat for the Ukraine is listed here. Now I'm of course still fighting in that terrain, and that's not a problem really. We of course are encircling various different units here. Sorry. Is that Russian units, Soviet units? Yes, there are still Soviet units there. Hold on. What is this? Why have I got that border listing there? Hold on, let me just remove these bits. There's no divisions assigned to there. And I've got 5 units assigned to there, is what it says. Which makes so little sense to me, but okay. Okay. Let's just make sure I get all the relevant units up and running here, moving around. So as you can see, we're moving stuff up here as well. I got a fair number of units operating up there. I do have units operating down here as well. And we're trying to basically break through this particular bit. And we're going to be breaking through there relatively quickly, as you can see. Now I really need to basically set this to exploit, of course, that motion there. If we can push him back against there, that will be great, of course. And this one I'll just set to... actually, that's fine, this one moving there. If we can set that one to move into there, that would, of course, help. Up here, we got various different units at our disposal. And they're all moving around, as you can see. So perfect. I'm doing a little bit of micromanagement, unfortunately, which is not quite ideal, but it just has to be done for now.
Weiter, weiter.
Okay, let's try to at least encircle that little bit there if I can.
Befehle.
It looks like I've got this at my disposal here as well.
Angetreten. Angetreten.
Okay, let's all attack that particular spot. Even though in reality I would probably be better placed to take that particular position there. And maybe I want to take one of these and move it into there. Like I said, it's a little bit of micromanagement, but yeah, we're going to get through that soonish, I would say.
Ausrücken. Ausrücken.
Okay.
Bereit zum
I
Ausrücken.
do have more units available here, and we're going to help them push into there as well.
Bereit.
We're going to reinforce that engagement there.
Ihre
We can do
Befehle.
the same here, really. I have numerous units operating here. I thought I had that bridged, or that gap created here earlier. I could be wrong. But either way, let's go back down here. As you can see, we're driving a wedge into here, or at least an opening into here. I'm kind of hoping to be able to connect that up to units further north.
Zuhören. Zuhören.
Let's just push these in here ourselves. Again, this section here makes so little sense.
Zuhören. Angetreten.
Okay, let's put these lines properly in place as opposed to that illusional line that we basically had there.
Zeigt es ihnen! Bereit!
This is fine here. Let's keep these here.
Ausrücken!
Let's push them into Kursk. Okay.
Los, los, los! Ziel anvisiert.
Let's push into there though.
Bereit!
I think we should be able to do that. Shouldn't be too hard, to be honest.
Befehle! Ausrücken! Abstand halten!
Is moving into there.
Bereit! Greift weiter an!
Okay.
Weiter, weiter!
Let's make sure we
Befehle!
reinforce whatever attacks needs our
Ausrücken!
support here.
Zuhören!
Okay. Let's get that clock running once again. Oh yeah, we're involved in engagements down here. We of course are working on preventing the Russians from pushing into other bits and pieces here. Hold on, why are we moving there? I'm not quite sure. Maybe I should really be moving down here and then pushing into there because they've abandoned that spot.
Ausrücken!
At least so it looks like.
Bereit! Ausrücken!
Okay.
Angetreten!
I'm not quite sure why that spot is abandoned, but okay. Probably because that line here is a little bit too long. Rijkscommissariat for the Ukraine. Nice. Now, as you can see, we basically can do this in Lithuania, etc., etc. We can basically boost those bits there if you wanted to. We can, of course, do the paramilitary training in Italy. We can do that in Albania. This might potentially be quite useful. So we get this up and running for there. Yeah, let's do that. We can, of course, do the same in some of the larger states, I was going to say. Let's do the same in Greece. We can actually do the same in the Netherlands, Belgium, and so forth. We'll drop our actual generation of political power, but that's fine for now, I'd say. Look at that. We're basically really encircling them here now. So whatever's captured in that pocket here should be easily eliminatable. Eliminatable? Is that the right word? Probably not.
Angeht! Ausrücken! Ausrücken!
Let's make sure we widen that corridor slightly. So at least I don't get caught in a pinch.
Bereit zum Ausrücken! Ausrücken! Zeigt es ihnen! Befehle!
Okay, they're trying to retreat from there, and that's of course not what is meant to happen.
Ausrücken! Rückt zu! Befehle!
Alright, let's make sure we basically take over that pocket properly.
Bereit zum Ausrücken! Ah! Zeit zum Ausrücken.
Yes, yes, yes. We are taking care of as much of this as we can. Bear with me 1 second, people. All right, apologies about that. Realtors calling me. Nice. Right, what have we got here? Oh, I think at this point we've actually completed... Have we completed this for... No, Iran and Iraq, we haven't actually completed it yet, but we're so close. We are so close. So both of those are done. We, of course, can, of course, work on Oman at that point. So if I add Oman to here, yes. I'm not sure why we got Czechoslovakia here still. Ah, Czechoslovakia is listed because we have previously done something for that. Okay, that's fine. So let's keep an eye on what we got here. Ooh, they're pushing into our terrain here somewhat. Why are we pulling that back? I'm not quite sure. Because that line is far too long, isn't it? So if we look at that army group in its totality, what you should really see is that basically all of this here is of course helping out over there.
Angetreten. Zuhören. Ziel anvisiert.
Okay.
Abstand halten.
Ah, I'm pulling back, really? A bit confusing here, but okay, never mind. We overran them. Interesting, good.
Ihre Befehle.
I guess that's a good sign.
Zuhören. Vorwärts, Männer.
Alright, never mind. As long as we are overrunning other units here,
Vorwärts, Männer.
I think we can live with that. Okay, so we created that pocket here now properly. Oops, hold on, not what we want to do. Let's focus on this for a second. So, if I basically am going to go and do stuff here, let's make sure we do it in the right order.
Befehle.
So they're attacking us there, that's fine.
Bereit.
Okay, it could be quite beneficial, of course, for us to basically secure that border there even further.
Ausrücken.
That's fine.
Ausrücken. Zuhören. Befehle. Ausrücken.
We can support that attack here quite nicely.
Angetreten. Bereit. Ihre Befehle.
Alright, that should deal with these guys here.
Zuhören. Ausrücken.
Quite a nice level, I'd say.
Befehle.
Cool.
Bereit. Ausrücken.
So as you can see, we actually are pushing through from there,
Achtung.
deeper into their realm, so to say. Now, one thing, of course, I can do here, I can actually always start working on the infantry equipment, which, of course, yeah, will be needed shortly again. Otherwise, it's kind of a wasted spot, and we're basically otherwise wasting those points there as well. So this is going fine for the moment. We're going to collapse these, and we can, of course, as you can see, work here on the SS recruitment in the various different nations. They're worried, and these are loyal. Okay, let's keep that as is for now. Eliminating pockets is, of course, always a good thing, I would say.
Bereit.
The problem we're facing here, ooh, it's actually not exactly as I had anticipated, but that's okay.
Vorwärts, Männer. Ausrücken. Befehle.
All right, let's see what we can do there in terms of the engagement.
Angetreten.
Okay.
Zuhören.
Pushing deeper into there.
Befehle.
Yeah, for now we're holding our line here nicely.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
I
Ausrücken.
think if I can actually push into there, even better.
Bereit. Ihre Befehle.
They do need some support there, it looks like. Looks like they're falling back in some of the places here.
Bereit.
Again, not really a big issue, but of course we can utilize that quite nicely here.
Achtung.
So lots of these units are moving around, as we can see. This unit here. Let's push into there.
Bereit. Befehle. Angetreten.
Alright, let's push into there as well. They're trying to reunite their front lines here, it looks like, which is not quite on my agenda, but of course that is on their agenda.
Befehle. Ihre Befehle.
Okay. Cool, we overran them there. How are we doing here? We're, yeah, another 12 days? No, 22 days away from next item here. Yeah, it looks like we're basically going to do our fuel refinery, which will be improving significantly before then. Which again, of course, is nice to see. And as you can see, we basically drove a nice pocket into here. I am rather hoping I can actually exploit this to my benefit.
Bereit. Ihre Befehle.
Another pocket we created here, it looks like, which is of course nice to see.
Ausrücken. Bereit zum Ausrücken. Ausrücken. Ausrücken.
Let's keep that there.
Ausrücken. Zuhören.
I do need to make sure I really take over that pocket here if I can.
Befehle.
Deal with all the parties in that pocket
Weiter.
in
Weiter.
such a way that basically there's nothing left of them afterwards. So the more pockets I can actually roll up, the easier my life becomes.
Angetreten. Zuhören.
Alright, the cipher for Iraq has been decoded. That's fine. The same goes for Iran. Luckily, I've already started decoding another cipher, so perfect.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Ausrücken.
Okay,
Achtung.
perfect. Let's keep that one here, though.
Bereit.
So this one has got no front line at the moment, as you can see. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually set that to hold that line here, right along that same bit of border here as we've got for the other units. As you can see, that's moving those troops to the front there nicely. We're getting closer to Moscow, and we of course are getting relatively close to Stalingrad here as well.
Angetreten. Ihre Befehle.
Now we should, in theory, be able to of course push these guys back
Ihre Befehle.
yet again. Nice.
Ihre Befehle?
That's of course a nice bit of a push that we are doing here. And once we've done those, as well as that one, we should be able to push into Michael. Reinforce that attack over there. With not just one, but should really be 2 units that are basically coming in to help out there.
Achtung! Achtung!
Let's have a look at what's happening up here.
Befehle?
Yeah, that front line is a bit on the long side, isn't it?
Befehle?
I can most definitely attest to that.
Bereit! Achtung!
Okay, let's push that one into there.
Ausrücken!
These probably should be pushing into there,
Ausrücken!
as we're seeing here already.
Bereit zum Ausrücken!
Perfect. Nice, yeah, you're happy if you basically send us that extra gear. Always welcome.
Bereit!
Not quite sure why there are still some units there, but never mind. Makes little sense for that unit to be there without actually having any additional supporting bits around it.
Zuhören!
Right, hold on. This army here.
Zuhören! Bereit!
Let's push into there because that makes little sense otherwise. Again, that was a tiny little pocket we had there.
Bereit zum Ausrücken! Bereit zum Ausrücken! Bereit!
Okay, let's push through into there.
Befehle?
That looks a bit odd, doesn't it? Having such a short line. For so many army units. I'm sure the whole bunch of them should really be working on that engagement as well.
Befehle?
And that really should be a nice push into there. Bearing in mind we are in November, and that of course is winter time. As you can see, we're still generating a positive number there. In terms of manpower, as you can see, we are on the up once again. So we're currently at 5.70% that we basically recruited, and we basically got close to 1 million troops again available here. Okay. We got some naval battle results. They were positive for us, so that's perfect. And Stalingrad should hopefully fall soon.
Ausrücken! Angetreten! Ausrücken!
Let's just make sure we support that engagement set here. Because once we get Stalingrad, we can at least, of course, declare the Greater German Reich.
Achtung!
Let's first take that spot there.
Ausrücken!
And then from there we can push into there as well.
Angetreten!
Okay, so the British at least are helping out here, which is perfectly fine. Very welcome, actually. Commando training we can easily provide again. What's going on with our pockets here?
Angetreten.
Yeah, attacking that pocket nicely.
Achtung.
To be honest, Kursk will fall eventually.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Zuhören.
Okay. Let's keep up that pressure there.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Ihre Befehle. Ausrücken. Befehle.
Okay.
Ausrücken.
Hold on, that's... Which army is this?
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Hold on, have I only got that little line there?
Bereit.
Oh, that's 16 divisions. Okay, that's fine.
Ausrücken. Bereit zum Ausrücken. Suchen Deckung.
Okay, that's perfect.
Ihre Befehle.
Again, once we basically engage that, we should of course be able to push into there as well.
Auf geht's. Angetreten.
And from there, I'm trying to engage this spot here. And I
Ausrücken.
can really push into here with these other units.
Ihre Befehle.
Which should of course make my life far, far easier.
Achtung.
Moscow most definitely shouldn't be too far-fetched. Should be within reach, to be honest.
Zuhören. Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Let's push into there. Let's try to take that spot, because once I got that spot, of course, I can really start pushing supplies, shorten the supply lines. That's one thing. I do, of course, need to keep an eye on those supply lines. And as you can see, I've got loads of spots here that need to be repaired. Because without supplies, I'm buggered. And really, these shouldn't take too long to fix. As you can see, that's the 9th of December, so it's a relatively easy and quick fix. But it is stuff, of course, we need to do something about. Now, I might want to push this to the top, because that's a factory that's almost complete. 5th of December. Albania's sending us extra equipment as well, which is nice to see. Now, we do have now a supply of armored cars at our disposal. If I look carefully, this of course is my garrison divisions. I probably want to put a few extra units in here. I don't want to put regular infantry in there. I want to basically put cavalry in there for now. Yeah, that basically of course gives me additional suppression, additional 12 suppression. My recovery rate does go down slightly, but that is not affected by them being garrison units as such. Infantry equipment and manpower is needed for that, which I can live with. But it should of course reduce the amount of uprisings we're going to get in the different regions. As you can see, there's quite a bit of that going on here in the German Reich here, at least in the eastern edges of that. Of course, we're going to keep this all nicely supplied here as we can.
Ihre Befehle.
Let's take one of these units here. And then from there, we're going to push into there as well.
Ihre Befehle. Ausrücken.
Okay.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
More of these units here to the front. let's see what we can do here.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Bereit.
Let's push into there as well. Support that engagement.
Ihre Befehle.
Hold on. So what have we got going on here? There's 24 divisions on that line here. How many divisions have we got there? So that's 16 of light tanks. Okay, that's fine. Hold on. Is that our line? Yes, that's our line. Interesting, isn't it? We've got such a small line here.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
There you go. That should at least get some of these units moving. And then, of course, this is, which unit is this one?
Zuhören.
Let me just make that color slightly clearer. I do not think I've actually got any particular line assigned for that at the moment.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
I've got a few units down here, as you can see. Again, there seems to be no clear front line for us to be working on here, which is really peculiar. So I'm going to set a new line for that, and I'm going to push into here, as you see me doing here. Okay, nice. Looking at my medium tank recruitment, that's all going on schedule. Now reinforcements, as you can see, get priority. Operations get priority. Yeah, that's fine. Medium tanks. Yeah, panzer divisions. Yes, fine. Upgrades, same level as, of course, the garrisons as such. Cool. New bit of research we completed. Should, of course, make our oil position a bit clearer. We might want to basically work on our extraction here as well. Or we can actually work, of course, on our fuel gains, or we can actually work on our synthetics. I think the synthetics would be useful. But there's, of course, other techs we can work on as well. So we're in 1941 here. As you can see, you can actually then upgrade, of course, that vehicle there, which would be useful. And as you can see, that's not going to take that long. It's only going to take 46 days, it says. Oh, sorry, that's this one here. I'm looking at the wrong one. 114 days. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Stalingrad. Almost there. Almost.
Bereit.
Can I just drive into there? Is there no defense there at all?
Zuhören.
Would look a little bit cuter, wouldn't it?
Halt. Ausrücken.
I'm a bit confused, but let's see. Did they properly abandon that? Well, if they did, that's a big mistake, isn't it? Because if they'd done that, that of course gives me a nice wedge to drive into there.
Befehle.
Right, here we are still working on the engagement there, which is perfectly fine. It's going well.
Bereit. Ausrücken.
Okay.
Angetreten.
Fall of Stalingrad. Now, if I'm not mistaken, has full control of Stalingrad. Okay, I don't have full control of Stalingrad yet. I just took that city, that's all.
Vorrücken.
Ah, that's the entire region of Stalingrad. I think that's what I meant, really. That's what we need to take.
Befehle. Angetreten.
Let's take that particular position there.
Achtung. Ausrücken.
Okay, let's push into there for now.
Ihre Befehle. Angetreten.
Did they just abandon that as well? That'll be a bit of a peculiar one, isn't it?
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
If they really did decide to abandon that, but okay.
Bereit.
Anyways, here we got some additional Dutch units becoming available, and this is the foreign support army that we're basically working on.
Befehle.
Yeah, and these of course can easily be assigned to there. So this is the foreign number 2. Foreign army number 2, perfect. Thank you for the Dutch. So the Dutch do support me quite nicely. The different regions here, as you can see.
Zum Ausrücken. Ausrücken. Greift weiter an. Bereit.
Right, let's push into here. As you can see, that brings us to a positive position. Looking at the war in total, we basically contributed 44%, which is fine. We got different targets, and we basically took Serbia from Yugoslavia and so forth, so that's fine. So that's the Ukraine, okay, perfect.
Ihre Befehle.
Hold on. Of course, I have a front line here, but it's not fully manned at the moment. Befriend Turkey has worked out nicely. Befriend Turkey is somewhere down there. I don't know exactly where, but okay. Tannenbaum. I don't want to do that at the moment. Cannot do that at the moment for some reason. Alliance with Spain. Okay, that's not available to me at the moment either. Rocketry. Yeah, there's some requirements for that, and I think I've met those requirements already. Let's just have a look in here. I cannot do that one. West Wall. So I need to do this one first. Interesting. So this allows me to basically get additional 12 land forts along the French border. Why would I want land forts there? Okay, so never mind. Let's forget about that one for now. Let's extend this here. Danzig and Sicily. Okay. U-boat effort would of course be quite useful to me here. In Schleswig-Holstein, I'm going to get additional bits done there.
Befehle. Ausrücken. Rückzug.
Okay.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Befehle.
Nice.
Zuhören. Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Okay.
Greift weiter an.
Again, another pocket I'm creating here again. Pockets are of course always welcome.
Achtung.
The more of them I create, the better. These are Soviets, it looks like. Interesting.
Angetreten.
Ah, my airborne army here. Interesting. Why am I still here?
Achtung.
Let's move you guys up to there. course, I do have my armies to move as well,
Ihre Befehle?
which I will do by whatever transport I got available here.
Ausrücken!
Let's just move them down there.
Auf geht! Zuhören! Angetreten!
Right. Have I got more units
Befehle?
at my disposal to help me here? Yeah, quite possibly.
Ausrücken!
And let's then engage them over there.
Zuhören!
Okay, let's see what I can do here. So this is the foreign army number 2.
Bereit!
So let's push along here up to there. And let's actually execute that straight away.
Befehle? Befehle! Achtung!
Let's work on that crossing there as well. As you will see, there should be a substantial push into there.
Ihre Befehle?
Alright, let's reduce that significantly. And of course, again, if I can basically help in any particular sections here, so much the better.
Achtung! Angetreten!
Alright, let's push into there as well.
Ausrücken!
Alright. Pushing back all these guys here.
Ausrücken!
My shift click is not working correctly. As you can see, a massive number of units here is engaging and probably overrunning the enemy here as well.
Zuhören! Zeigt es ihnen! Bereit zum Ausrücken!
Some engagements going on here. Moscow is not that far away now.
Achtung!
Getting closer by the minute. And these are being pushed back now as well significantly. Let's keep an eye on, of course, all the supply lines, that they are basically being maintained. Yeah, I also want to, of course, make sure my factories here are maintained and upgraded and repaired and whatever else is needed. Right, lots of work to be done here, it looks like, which is fine. We're fighting our way through them. Bit by little bit. Look at this here. It really is, of course, a stampede we're causing there.
Befehle? Zuhören! Zuhören! Ausrücken! Weiter, weiter!
That's overrun, nice.
Bereit zum Ausrücken!
Perfect. Perfect. Look at all these encirclements that are occurring here.
Befehle.
Okay.
Bereit. Ihre Befehle.
Lots of little units are basically just being obliterated here, it looks like.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Achtung. Ausrücken.
Okay.
Rücken. Achtung. Ausrücken.
Yeah, we're not leaving much of them, are we? We're basically really pushing them back properly now. Looking at the greater picture here, as you can see, we got the German Reich reaching pretty far into there already. Nice picture to behold. We should of course see that we got nice bits of terrain being gained.
Weiter, weiter! Zeigt es ihnen!
Okay, let's make sure we then take, of course, that entire peninsula there, so to speak. So we do now have a connection between these areas here.
Suchen Deckung! Ausrücken!
Probably what I want to do is stretch this up a little bit further there.
Befehle! Bereit!
Looks like our encirclements here have actually worked. Nice to see that.
Befehle!
So that is how many units? There's 24 units. Cancel that. Where is our front line here? Interesting. We actually don't have a front line at the moment.
Ausrücken!
Okay, let's push into there. How are the Russians doing? They are at what percentage? They stand at... Oh, I can't really see. I probably should be... Ooh, look at that. Nice. Now at this point, of course, I can allocate additional factories because I got one more factory available than I need at this point, which is fine. We need a little bit of weapons for reserves there. We need lots of actual light tanks, as you can see. We need lots of actually airplanes are now doing pretty good. Let's bring that up to 25. We need lots of support equipment, as you can see. Let's bring that up to 40. We do need lots of these here as well, so let's bring that up to 45. And these are doing pretty well. I'm going to bring that up slightly more. Now what I really want to do next, I want to basically adjust my design slightly to basically have one set of armored cars more on there. Okay, perfect. So as you should be able to see here, we should be able to push through here quite nicely.
Abstand halten! Los, ausrücken! Ausrücken! Ausrücken!
Right.
Abstand halten!
Perfect. The more we can reduce that line there, the better. Alright, let's reduce that line
Bereit!
further. Because in reality we don't need to keep it all the way up there. Just up to here would suffice for now. That is still in Montania, whatever you want to call it. This here is doing a nice job at basically giving me additional bits and pieces there. Let's do a recruitment campaign in Estonia and such. Is that going to be beneficial? Possibly. So what's this going to do? So we're going to allow the OKW to recruit a number of specialist and support units. So that reduces their worry, but if I do this in the Netherlands... I should see that they get more worried. So, they're angry at this point. Lithuania, Estonia. So that basically makes them purely worried only. Okay. Anyways, where is my SS unit? There, isn't it?
Achtung!
Can I recruit more of those? Yeah, I should be able to do, but I don't have actual capacity at the moment. Okay.
Ihre Befehle?
Interesting. And that goes towards that foreign army number 2 there. Italian support units, always welcome. What do we see here? General von Küchler has resigned his commission. Okay, well, let's try to keep him on balance to work for us. So I got all the Reichskommissariats here already, or at least the ones I can do. Help them out here, at least with these units here. Yeah, we can probably support that engagement if we wanted to.
Ihre Befehle?
I'm not sure why we're not pushing into here, to be honest.
Ausrücken! Ausrücken!
Let's push into there and let's potentially help them out as well if that's needed. Looks like my keyboard is acting up once again, which is a bit of a pity.
Auf geht's! Bereit zum Ausrücken! Ausrücken!
Let's push into there.
Weiter! Weiter! Bereit zum Ausrücken!
That one is recovering.
Bereit zum Ausrücken!
More foreign units becoming available here.
Befehle? Befehle?
Okay, let's keep on pushing into there as well.
Befehle?
Right. The river should create a nice barrier there for us.
Achtung!
To be honest, that's a pretty natural barrier, so to speak.
Auf geht's!
Okay, let's engage them there as well. We're dealing with that little pocket here, as you can see.
Achtung! Bereit! Angetreten! Achtung!
And probably some of the things we're going to be able to do here is, of course, push deeper into there.
Angetreten!
And push up to Moscow. So are these still Soviet units here? Interestingly enough. Ah, they're British units. Sorry.
Zuhören! Bereit zum Ausrücken!
Just a bit surprised that these lines did not overlap properly.
Getreten!
Really, what have we got here? We got some lazy units here.
Getreten! Bereit zum Ausrücken!
Let's execute that.
Hören!
Right. Pushing through, as we can see here.
Bereit zum Ausrücken! Bereit! Ihre Befehle!
Further units pushing towards potentially even Moscow, if that's what it takes.
Bereit! Ausrücken! Achtung!
Okay.
Auf geht's! Ihre Befehle?
For some interesting reasons, we are not seeing everything happening here that we would expect to see, but it's okay for now, I guess.
Ihre Befehle? Befehle?
Right. Are we basically winning that war there? Or that is what I should be saying.
Zuhören!
I'm not quite sure yet.
Zuhören! Ausrücken! Zuhören! Achtung!
Alright, let's push into here and then from there reinforce that engagement as such. So what we should start seeing now, these units here should run out of supplies soon. If they were to be fully cut off, that is. So what happening to these guys? They are... We cannot get into a non-aggression pact with them for some reason. Local agents we're not going to do. We can of course do this foreign influence bit again. Nice.
Ausrücken.
There's a lot of engagements going on, as you can see.
Ihre Befehle? Bereit zum Ausrücken. Greift weiter an. Bereit.
Okay.
Bereit.
Engagement should be relatively easily won.
Ausrücken.
Push into there. That would help as well.
Ihre Befehle? Achtung! Los, los, los!
I've got 24 units here. I should really be engaging in that door
Angetreten.
there. But for some reason they are not moving. Okay, I'll let them be for now.
Zuhören! Ausrücken! Ausrücken! Bereit?
Okay. More of that is pushing through. As you can see in the meantime, of course, I got more positions where I need to basically do some work on maintaining the tracks here. As you can see, I got a whole bunch of these that I'm basically trying to upgrade already. Because in reality, I need to basically make sure I got my supplies moving through. As you can see, that is a big job. As you can see, I have already basically given orders for this to be upgraded. For that to be upgraded, we can still work on that. That can of course be upgraded further as well. Plus, of course, we can also give orders to work on this terrain here. Are these little depots? It looks like, isn't it? But as you will see, I've got substantial lines running throughout here as well.
Befehle? Bereit zum Ausrücken. Bereit zum Ausrücken. Befehle?
Okay, the other one will of course be able to help in the engagement here.
Achtung! Ausrücken! Achtung!
Alright, cool. So we're kind of taking that peninsula away from them, which of course is nice to see.
Bereit zum Ausrücken! Bereit zum Ausrücken!
Nice. Other bits that we can work on here in terms of upgrades. Yeah, we got most of these already, as you can see. Invisible Bink, of course, is a nice welcome addition as well. Let's keep an eye on what we're doing here as well. Right, how far do we want to take this? How far do we want to go? Let's see if we can take Moscow. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Vorrücken!
Can you already declare the Greater German Reich? No, I still need to control the state of Stalingrad, and I thought we were working on that. Sorry, Stalingrad is up here, isn't it? there. So we need to take that section still.
Befehle!
Once we have taken that,
Vorrücken!
make it into a nice right area to work
Vorrücken!
from.
Auf geht's! Achtung! Ausrücken!
Let's push into there as well.
Achtung!
Pushing further here as well.
Befehle!
And we're pushing back against these guys here.
Ihre Befehle?
And we're going to push into there. Plus, I should be able to reduce the lines here further.
Ausrücken!
Of course, engaging with the Russians.
Befehle!
And I get another level here.
Bereit zum Ausrücken!
So is this... Who's taking this at the moment? Is that the Republic of Georgia? It looks like it.
Achtung!
Extra terrain being one down here. We can almost cut off that section there. If we can actually push down here to Astrakhan, that would make a big difference. Oscar, how are we doing there?
Bereit! Ausrücken! Bereit!
Pretty good engagement going on here thus far.
Bereit! Ihre Befehle? Befehle!
Push further into there as well.
Ihre Befehle? Befehle! Ihre Befehle? Ihre Befehle?
Pierce. Should make our attack far, far superior to their defense. But guys, I think we're going to call it a day. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully see you in the next episode. Meantime, take care. Bye-bye.